Hi everyone. So today we are starting our new topic, our next topic, that is a group policy. So what is policy? Policy means set of rules. Group means collection of items, collection of users, or collection of data. It's called group here. So the microservicing, by the help of group policy, we can do easy and centralized management on computer resources, on user resources here. So what type of easy and centralized management we can do as administered by the help of group policy, today we'll discuss here. Like right now we are working on domain model to do easy and centralized management. So this is our domain, the system one is our server. We have a number of machine as a clients here. For example, I have 100 machine as a clients here. And as administrator, to allow the user to log in the client machines in server, as admin, we have to create the user accounts by the help of Active Directory users and computer console. So we're creating the user account here, S1, S2, example, M1, M2. And these users can log into any client machine or not here. Yes. So the S1 is logging here, S2 is logging here, M1 is logging here, M2 is logging. So whenever the users are logging to these machines, right, user is getting a desktop, user is getting a profile, and this profile is created by your client operating system. But the microservicing, by the help of group policy, we can do easy and centralized management. By the help of group policy, we can do easy and centralized management. What? Now you can see one look here. As administrator, I have a right to create the user account in server. By the help of ADUC console, as admin, we can create the user account in server. Yes, we can create. But as admin, first time, first day, can we create the user account without passwords? Without password, can we create the user account? No, sir, we cannot create. Right? So it's giving error. Sir, you're not having right to create the user account without password. But if as admin, if I want to create the user account without password, so then what we have to do? Take the help of group policy. By the help of group policy, in group policy management console, we have a password policy. Disable the password policy length 720 complexity enable to disable. Then as admin, we can create the account with password or without password. So it means by default, admin is having right to create the user accounts, that is called allow permission. But as administrator, we cannot create the user account without password. Permission is denied. But by the help of group policy, as to administrator, we are giving the rights to create the account with password or without password. So it means on which item you have permission, allow, right? We can say deny. On which item you have deny permission, by the help of group policy, we can say allow. Now, as a user, I can log into any client machine. S1, S2, S3 user is logging to all these client machines, no problem. Next day, you can change the computer also. You can log into other computer. But as a user, S1 user, can I log into server? Can I log into DC? No. The user is not having right to log in servers. User is not having right to log in DC. So permission is what? Allow or deny. Permission is denied. But as administrator, I want to allow the user to log in server. So by the help of group policy, we can allow the user to log in server by using allow logon local policy. We can allow the user to log in server. So by default, permission is denied. By the help of group policy, we are saying allow here. So this is a group policy. Now like this, my user can log into any computer, and the user can type the name and password, user can log in. But on password, any restriction is there? No. The user can type n number of times wrong password, but after that, user can try with new password, user can log in. No restriction on password attempts here, but by the help of group policy, by using account logout policy, we can restrict the password attempts, like 3 attempts, 4 attempts, we can restrict. So this is a group policy. So whenever the user is logging to the client machine, user accessing the so many resources also. We'll take one look here. So right now, this is my server. I have to create some user accounts. I logged as administrator, open the ADUC console and create the user accounts. Right, so I created the user account here, S1, I have a user account M1, I have a user 1 also. Now this S1 user can log into any client machine or not? Yes. So the user is going to this client machine. So this is my system 2. Is a client, you can use any operating system in this machine, is working under domain of zoom.com. Now as a user, I want to log into this computer. So switch this administrator and log in as a user. So we are going to the other and type the name S1, password is blank, enter. So successfully, this user is logged into this machine. S1 user is logged into this computer. This computer is created a profile for S1 user. Now tell me, after logging as a user, can I access this computer resources? Yes, we can access. Can I get the desktop icons? Yes. How? Go to the search, go to the settings and type here icons to collect the icons. Click on show and hide common icons here and check these boxes. Now tell me, as a user, I logged here, I get a profile. Can I access my wallpaper? Yes. Can I change the mouse setting? Yes. Can I change the wallpaper? Yes. Can I access computer? Yes. Can I access my profile? Yes. Can I access network icon? Yes. Recycle bin, control panel? Yes. Can I go to the search? Can I go to the apps? Can I access all these apps? Like Internet Explorer, we have a, you can see here we have a Word, we have a Notepad, we have a Paint, we have a Run. Can we access or not? So this is called Windows items here. So can we access all these items or not? Yes. So on this item, user is having what permission? Allow permission. So like this, as a user, can I go to computer? Can access C drive? Yes. Can access E drive? Can access F drive? Yes. Permission is what? Allow permission. So as admin, I can access the C drive. I can access the C drive data. Permission is allowed. So this is a group policy. So on these items, by the help of group policy, we can deny. So example, one day my boss is coming, he's saying, sir, in our network, we have 100 computers, 100 employees are there, right? And the boss is saying, sir, please don't allow the user to change the wallpapers. Don't allow the user to change the wallpapers because our company is having their own wallpaper. So can we restrict the wallpaper or not? Yes, I can do it. So do one thing. As an administrator, if you want to do manual process, go to every machine and said restrict the wallpaper. Restrict the wallpaper. So how many machines I have to visit if I go for manual process? I have to visit as an administrator 100 machines. Now if I'm visiting to all 100 machines, I'm restricting the wallpaper. Yes, it's restricted, but I'm doing easy and centralized management. I'm saving the time. No, we are not saving time, right? But you can do one thing, take the help of group policy. By the help of group policy, by sitting on server, restrict the wallpaper, set the company wallpaper to all users. So next day, whenever any user is logging to any machine, your company wallpaper will be displayed. And now the user is not having right to change the wallpaper. So it means on wallpaper, by default permission on the user is what allowed. But now by the help of group policy, we restricted the wallpaper, only the company wallpaper will display there. So like this, my boss is coming one day saying, sir, please don't allow, right, any user to access the computer. On the screen, you can find the computer icon. So I don't want to allow any user to access the computer. Can we restrict? Yes, we can restrict. Example, if you open the computer, can you find the C drive? Yes. One day my boss is saying, sir, in C drive, we have operating system. By mistake, if the users are deleted the operating system files or software files, so this operating system is corrupted. So please restrict the C drive, restrict the C drive. So as administrator, to restrict the C drive, I have to visit to all 100 machines, sir? No. By using server, by using group policy, we can restrict the C drive. If I restrict the C drive, now the user can log into any machine. User can see the C drive, but once you double click, you cannot access the C drive. Okay, so this is called group policy. So it means on which item the user is having allow permission. By the help of group policy, we can restrict. We can restrict here. Okay, and the second thing, on which item the user is having deny permission. By the help of group policy, we can allow. Example, the user is having right to log in client machine. That is okay, but user is not having right to log in server, right? But by the help of group policy, by using allow log on local policy, can we allow the user to log in server? Yes, this is a group policy. Like this, now user can log into any client machine. And one day the user want to know this machine NAC cards and this NAC card IP address, this machine IP address, and the user want to disable the NAC card, enable. But check on this item, the user is having what permission? If I right click on network icon, if I go to properties here as a S1 user, I can go to change adapter settings here. I can see the NAC card. You can see we have an NAC card Ethernet 0. But as a user, right, as a user, can I enable the NAC card? Can I disable the NAC card? Check what permission you have. If you right click on NAC card, are you finding disable option? Yes, but observe here, before disable, what options are showing? It is showing shield symbol. If it is showing shield symbol, you are restricted, but still you can try. Once you click disable, is asking, sir, who are you, sir? You are not administrator. Type your name and password. So type the name S1, password is blank. Yes. Accept it? No. Type one more time, S1 and password. No, it's not accepting. So it means you're not having permission to disable the NAC card. So not me. On this item, the user is having what permission? Allow or deny? Permission is denied. If I right click on Ethernet, if I go to properties to change the IP address, here also we have shield symbol. So it means you are restricted. So you cannot enable the NAC card, you cannot disable the NAC card. So on this item, the user is having deny permission. User is having deny. But by the help of group policy, we can allow the user to enable the NAC card, disable. We can allow the user to change the IP also. So like this, one day my boss is coming, is saying, sir, in all 100 machines, sir, we require Adobe Reader application, sir. We require Adobe Reader application because our project is what? We have some project work and we require application Adobe Reader. So not only the users, if you have internet line, the user can download the application. Yes, user can download the application, but user can install the application. No, sir, user cannot install the application. Option is not available. So who is having right to install the application? Administrator. So as administrator, I have to visit to all 100 machines to install this application. One machine is taking 5 minutes time. So 100 machine is going to nearly 2 days or 3 days is going to take only to install application. But we can do centralized management on application by the help of group policy. By using server, we can deploy the application to all 100 machines. And I'm saying by the help of group policy, by sitting on server, we can deploy the application to all 100 machines. So it means within 5 minutes, I can deploy this application. And whenever the user is logging to the client machine, automatically application will download and application will install. So on application, we are doing easy and centralized management by the help of group policy. So the group policy, the microservicing group policy is a collection of settings which can be applied on users, which can be applied on computers to allow the user to access the resource or to deny the user to access the resources. So you can see in the slide what the microservice is saying. Group policy is a collection of settings which can be applied on computers and users. So remember one thing, we cannot apply group policy on single user, single computers. To apply group policy, we require group of computers and group of users here. And with the group policy, administrator can centrally managing the computers and users here. And easy administration we are doing by the help of group policy. Now take one look here. Look here how we are doing easy administration. So now, one day my boss is coming, is saying, sir, on desktop, you have this many items. There are so many items are there. For example, we have this many items like computer icon, recycle bin icon, Internet Explorer. So not only on this many items, the user are having what permission? Allow permission or deny permission? Allow permission. If you go to the start button, you can see here we have help, search, run. So on this item, by default, user is having what permission? Allow or deny? Allow permission. But by the help of group policy, we can say deny. We can say deny. Once I deny, now user cannot access all these items. But we have one more option here, hide. So what is the difference between deny and hide here? So on most of the items, the Microsoft has given allow and deny. And on some items, the Microsoft has given hide also. Now what is the difference between hide and deny? So if I say hide the C drive, example, hide the C drive. So now the user can log into any machine, right? But if you open the computer, you cannot see the C drive. You cannot see the C drive because the C drive is hided. C drive is hidden. But if I say same time deny means prevent. If I say deny, if I say prevent C drive, so now the user can go to computer. User can see the C drive, but user cannot access the C drive. If you double click on C drive to open, it will give you error. Said you are restricted. You cannot access the C drive. So it means deny means permanently we are restricting. Hide means we are hiding the account, but by using shortcut method, other method, still the user can access the drive there. Okay. So, right. So this is the difference between hide and deny here. For example, I don't want to allow the user to access this many items here, like remove run, remove computer icon, Internet Explorer application, recycle bin. Now, as administrator, I'm sitting on server, and in my network, I have nearly 100 computers. To restrict this one, I have to log in as admin in all 100 client machine. To restrict, no, by sitting on server as administrator, by using group policy, right? By using group policy, can we restrict all these items? Yes. So next day, when S1 user is logging to this machine, so not tell me when S1 user is logging, the server is serving the account, it's giving authentication. At the same time, group policy is saying allow the user to log in, right? But don't allow the user to access this many items. So user can log in S1, but user cannot access all these items. But next day S1 is saying, okay, by sitting on this machine, I'm unable to access all these items. So next day S1 is saying, I don't want to sit on this machine, sir. I want to log into next machine, like last machine. So can I log in as a S1 user in other machine in my domain? Yes. But can you access all these items? No, sir, because the policies are affecting from server. So whenever the policies are affecting from server, if the user change the computer also, user cannot access. So you can see here, before applying group policy, the user can access all these items here. You can see here, before applying group policy, my user can go to the computer, user can access computer, network icon, Internet Explorer also, control panel also, recycle bin. If you go to start also, you can access help and run also. But after applying group policy, next day, when my user is logging here, right, when the user is logging, you can see on the screen, there is no computer icon. There is no Internet Explorer. There is no recycle bin option is available, right? If you go to the start button here, there is a no run option also is available there because it's restricted. So what is group policy? Group policy is a collection of settings which can be applied on users and which can be applied on computers. And by the help of group policy, as administrator, we are doing easy and centralized management. Okay. Any doubt? Any questions? So what is group policy? It's a collection of settings which can apply on computers and users. By the help of group policy, we can allow the user to access the resource, or we can deny the user to access the resources. But the question is how to apply group policies, because we cannot apply group policy on single users, because we have an ADUC console. In that we have users container. In users container, we have so many users, S1, S2, example, M1, M2, A1, A2, right? Now, we have nearly 100 computers, 100 employees. Some of the employees working in sales department, some of the employees working in marketing, some of the employees working account. But all these user accounts created in users container, right? But one day my boss is coming saying that don't allow the sales user to access the computer icon. Don't allow the sales users to access the computer icon. So if I apply the policy on users container, first of all, we cannot apply group policy on single users. Option is not there. So if I apply the policy on users container, who is going to restrict it? All the sales department users, marketing, all these domain users, you can say. But I don't want to restrict to all these domain users here. Okay, I want to restrict only to sales departments, marketing departments. Okay, so then what we have to do? So then Microsoft is saying whenever you're applying group policies, so directly we cannot apply group policy on single users in single computers. To apply the group policies, we have to take the help of group policy labels. We have to take the help of group policy labels. So what are the labels we have? So whenever we are applying group policy, we can take the help of these three labels here. Whenever you are applying group policies, we have to take the help of these three labels. What three labels we have? The first one, write down OU level group policy. OU level group policy. The second one is called domain level group policy. And the third one is site level group policy. So we can apply group policy by using these three levels. OU level, and OU stands organization unit. OU stands organization unit. OU level group policy, domain level group policy, and site level group policy. So we'll start with the OU. So what is OU, sir? Why we require OU? The last session we have already discussed what is OU. OU is the organization unit. Why we require OUs? OU is used to do easy and centralized management on user accounts. So example, we have a users container in our domain under zoom.com. We have a users container. We can create the user accounts here, U1, U2, Sam. But if I create the user accounts here, all the user accounts are mixed up or not here. We cannot differentiate the user accounts, which user belongs to which user belongs to which department. So to do easy and centralized management on user accounts, and we want to maintain the user account according to department wise. So for that reason, we require OUs here. So I'm creating one OU by the name of sales. And in this OU, okay, we have S1 and S2. And OUs are logical container. Whenever we want, we can create. Whenever we want, we can delete. And we are creating one more OU here, example by the name of marketing. And in this OU, we have M1 and M2. We have one more OU example by the name of accounts. And in this OU example, we have A1 and A2 user accounts. So now we have some users, right, in sales department, some employees working in marketing, some employees working in accounts. But these users are domain users, zoom.com domain. This user can log into any client machine or not? Yes, the user can log into any client machine. But one day, my boss is coming, example, for sales user. My boss is saying this is for sales users. Don't allow the sales user to access the computer icon, sir. Don't allow the sales user to access the computer icon. So then what we have to do? So then Microsoft is saying, apply the policy on OU. Apply the policy on OU. So if I apply the policy on sales OU, the example, I'm applying the policy remove computer icon. Remove computer icon. So not only this policy is going to restrict to which users? Is going to apply only on sales user. So whenever the S1, S2 user is logging to this machine, any client machine, can access the computer icon? No. The user cannot access the computer icon. But at the same time, if I'm logging as an M1 user on the same machine or M2 user on the same machine, can access the computer icon? Yes. Because this policy we apply to sales user, not to the marketing here. So this is called OU level. So what is OU level policy? So please write down. If we apply a group policy on sales OU, if we apply a group policy on sales OU, comma, this group policy will affect only on sales OU users. If we apply a group policy on sales OU, comma, this group policy will affect only on sales OU users. So it means this group policy will not affect to other OU users. This policy will apply only to the sales users. Okay. So we'll see the first lab today, how to apply OU level group policy. How to apply OU level group policy. So for today practical, we require two machines, system 1 server and system 2 is client. Okay. And we require some OUs. Already we know how to create the OUs, in that how to create the user accounts. So first we have to go to DC, create the OUs, right, in the user accounts, then we can apply group policy. So to manage the user accounts, we have to take the help of ADUC console to manage the OUs. To apply the group policy, we have to take the help of group policy management console here. Okay. So now as administrator, we are going to the DC. We'll open the ADUC console, we'll create the accounts. So I'm going to my DC now. So this is my system 1, it's a DC. I logged as an administrator. Open the ADUC console, Active Directory user computers, and create the accounts. So we have to create the user accounts or OUs. And you can see here, the last session, we've seen how to create the OUs. And to create the OUs, we have to take the help of domain. Under zoom.com domain, we can create the OUs. So right click on domain name, zoom.com, click on new, and click on organization unit, and type the OU name here. So my OU name is sales. And I don't want this feature, protect container from accident deletion. Click OK. One OU is created. So like this, you can create one more OU here by the name marketing. And I don't want this feature, protect container from accident deletion. Click OK. Done. Now in sales OU, we can create the accounts. In marketing also we can create the accounts. But I have some user accounts in users container. So example, S1 belongs to sales. I want to move this user to sales OU. M1 belongs to marketing. I want to move this user to marketing. Can we move? Yes. So you can see here. Right click on M1 user, click on move to marketing. Select marketing OU, click OK. Now it's moved. Now right click on S1 user account, click on move to the sales OU, select sales OU, click OK. Done. Now if you go to the S1 sales, you can find S1. If I right click on sales OU, in that, can we create the OU? Yes. Can we create new user accounts? Yes. I want to create one more account in sales OU, S2. Can we create? Yes. So click on users, type the name S2. I don't want any password. Next finish. Right. In marketing, I want to create one more account, M2. Right. So in marketing, M1, M2 is there. In sales, S1, S2. And these users can log into any machine. But this time, I don't want to allow the sales user to access the computer icon. So I have to apply the policy on sales user. And to apply the policies, we have to take the help of group policy management console. So please write down the next point. In system 1 server, open the group policy management console, GPM console. Open the group policy management console. How to open? Go to the server manager console in DC server, go to the tools and open the group policy management console. Okay. So once you click on the group policy management console, the console will open, and you can see here this is working for Zoom Forest. Expand the forest, expand the domains, and expand the domain name zoom.com. So once you expand the domain name zoom.com, so now you can see, you can find your OUs. We have sales OU, we have marketing, and we want to apply the policy on sales OU. So in sales OU, you can see there is no policies here. We are going to apply, right? And how to apply the policy, how to create the policy in sales OU. So right click on sales OU, and you can find the first option, create a GPO in this domain. GPO stands group policy objects. Group policy objects. Create a GPO in this domain. So it means we are creating a new policy. But we have one more option that is called link an existing GPO. Link an existing GPO. So what is the difference between create a GPO? Create a GPO means I am creating a new policy. Link an existing GPO means already we have a policy. Just we are linking. But right now I'm not having existing policies. I'm going to create the new one. So we have to click on create a GPO in this domain. Now once you click create a GPO in this domain here, it's asking the policy name, and by default the policy name is new group policy object. Okay, but I don't like this name. I want to give my own name which I can understand easily. You can give any name here, it will accept here. So I'm giving the name remove a computer. I'm giving the short name computer icon from desktop. Okay, so click on OK. So once you click OK, you can see under sales OU, right, one policy is created. If you expand, remove computer icon desktop. Not only once you create the policy, Really the computer icon is going to restrict it? No, we have to edit this policy. Now how to edit this policy? So right click on this policy which you created, right click on this policy which you created, remove computer icon on desktop, right, and click on edit. Now once you click edit here, once you click edit, one new window will open, and already we use this window, and this window name is Group Policy Management Editor, and in that we have two options. One is computer configuration, one is user configuration. And now tell me where we have to apply this policy, on computer or user? On users, because I want whenever the user is talking to any machine, this policy, this restriction has to be affected. So now write down next line, expand the user configuration, expand the policies, and you can see in policies there are three options are there, but what's the last option? That is called administrative templates. So expand the administrative templates. So once you expand the administrative templates here, right, there are so many, you can see in the administrative template there are so many folders are there. These folders are called containers here. Now before going in depth here, try to understand this one. In group policy, the Microsoft has given more than 2000 policies. In group policy, Microsoft has given more than 2000 policies. Now why Microsoft has given more than 2000 policies in group policy? Because the Microsoft operating system like Windows 7, Windows 8, 2012, right, 8, in operating system, in Microsoft operating system, we have more than 2000 items. Now what is item? Computer is called item, recycle bin is called item, network icon is called item, recycle bin is called. When you're changing wallpaper, it's called item. When you right click on computer icon, when you go to properties, it's called item. When you click on shading tab, when you click on security tab, this is called items. So we have more than 2000 items in Microsoft operating system. So Microsoft has given more than 2000 policies. But one good thing Microsoft has done, the Microsoft is saying there is a no search option to search where is how to restrict computer, where is computer option, where is recycle bin, how to restrict the run, how to restrict notepad option is not there. So you can see on the screen, are you finding any search box anywhere? No. So as administrator, how to know, right? Where is computer policy? Where is recycle bin policy? Where is wallpaper policy? So what we have to do, we have to check these containers names and understand. By seeing this container name, by seeing these folder names, you can understand, okay, we can restrict this thing. So we have to use the logic here. So what is the logic? You can see here, we have a container control panel. By seeing this name, you can restrict the control panel items. If you want to restrict something from desktop, like computer, recycle bin, network icon, you can go to desktop. If you want to restrict something from network, you can go to network, like allowing the user to enable the NSC card disable, you can. And if you want to manage the share folders from the network, you can go for share folders. If you want to restrict something from start menu and taskbar, you can go for. And we have system and we have Windows components. Not only by seeing the system, by seeing Windows component, can you guess exactly what we can restrict? No, sir. Right? We cannot, by seeing names, we cannot say exactly what is there. So we have to go inside, we have to check that one. But I will give you the answer. If you want to restrict the drives, C drive, right, D drive, so take the help of Windows components. But I'm using only one example I'm giving, one policy example I'm giving, but here we have number of policies. And if you want to restrict any application, so we can restrict by system also. Okay, we have system, in system we can restrict. But remember here, these are the 1 containers, but in these containers, some containers are containing 10 policies, some containers containing more than 10, some containers are containing hundreds, or some containers are containing more than 100. So not only which container I have to use to restrict the computer icon from desktop. So we have to use what? Desktop folder. So you can see desktop folder contains there. So if I go to the desktop here, so you can see right side, there are number of policies are there. Okay. So you can see if I use this one, first one, hide and disable all the item of desktop. So what is going to restrict? All the item is going to restrict it. Okay. But I don't want to restrict all the items here. So you can see here, we can restrict Internet Explorer also, hide. We can go for remove computer icon. We can go for remove my documents, network location, recycle bin also we can restrict. We have. But you can see the status of the policy is what? Not configure. So what is the meaning of not configure? Not configure means default permission. Not configure means default. What is the default permission? Allow or deny? Allow permission. Okay. So default permission, right? But I want to restrict. So what I have to do? So I have to right click on this, remove computer icon from desktop. But you can see here, before going this one, you can read the description. You can see the description. What is the use of this policy? What is enable option? What is disable option? Okay. And this policy is going to work from, at least in your machine, you require Windows Server 2.3 OS, or XP Professional, not XP Home, not XP Basic here. Okay, so we have to right click on this policy, remove computer icon on desktop, and click on edit. Now once you click edit, one new window will open. Now in this window, you can see here we have to select to restrict this item. We have to select enable option. So select enable and click apply. Okay. So once you click apply, okay, so your remove computer icon on desktop is enabled. Okay. Now at the same time, in single policy, I can apply one. In single policy, I can restrict one item, or we can restrict multiple. I want to restrict recycle bin also. So you can see here we have removed recycle bin icon from desktop. Can we restrict? Yes. Right click on this policy, remove recycle bin icon from desktop, click on edit, select enable option and apply. Okay. So it means in one policy we can restrict multiple items also. Now after that your job is done, close this window, right? Minimize the group policy. Now after the group policy is applied, what we have to do? Yeah, typing GP update. Yeah, we can type GP update to update this policy, but it's not compulsory, sir, because we are applying on users. So tell to the user, if the user already working on the client machine, tell to the user sign out and sign in, automatically this policy will apply there. Okay, it's going to affect it. So I'm going to the client machine to check the verification. So go to the system to, already the S1 user is working. So tell to the S1 user which belongs to sales OU, sign out and sign in, and check you can access the computer icon or not. So sign out this computer, press Ctrl or Delete, go to other, type the username S1 password, and S1 belongs to sales OU. Now once I log in as a S1 user, now check on the desktop, computer icon is available or not. So you can see here on the desktop, computer icon is not available, recycle bin option also is not available. Okay, but the user is very smart. The user is saying, sir, I know on the desktop the computer icon is not available, how to get? Right, how to get? So go to the search, go to the settings and type your icon and click on show and hide common icons and check the box. Now here, can we check the computer box? Can we check the recycle bin box? No, it's not available for you because this user belongs to sales OU, and the sales OU user cannot access computer recycle bin because this policy is affecting from server. Okay, now this policy will affect only to S1 user or all the sales OU users. This policy will affect to all the sales OU user, S1, S2, S3. How many users are working in this OU? So this policy will affect to this many OU users. Okay. Now after the job is done, S1 is signed out in this computer. Now can I log in as an M1 user in this machine? Yes. And M1 user belongs to which department? Marketing. Now tell me, on marketing department OU, we apply any policy, any restriction? No. So you can see, once I log in as an M1 user can access computer icon because this policy is not affecting on this department users. This policy is applied on only on sales OU users. Okay. So this policy is called what here? OU level. So if I apply policy, any policy on sales OU, so this policy users are restricted. Okay. But example, if I log in as a S2 user or S1 user, so this policy affecting to this OU users only here. Okay, but the user S1 user is very smart guy. User is saying on desktop, computer icon is not there, no problem. But I know how to access the C drive, how to access the E drive by using shortcut method. How to access her? What is the shortcut method? Go to run and type here, if you want to access C drive, type here C:/enter. Can you access C drive? Yes. Now if you want to access E drive, what do you have to do? Go to the run and type here :/. Can you access E drive? Yes, we can access. Okay. Can we store some data also? Yes, we can create it. E drive user can access. Or you can see here, we have computer icon here. This is a graphical. If you go to this arrow of computer, you can see the C drive and you can access the C drive also. Any restriction? No. For example, one day my boss is coming, he's saying, sir, please don't allow the sales OU users, right? Sales department users to access the C drive. Restrict the C drive. Can we restrict? Yes. So if I apply any policy on sales OU, who is going to restrict? Users. So this time I'm applying policy on C drive. So I'm saying deny C drive. So we'll see now our next lab, how to restrict the drives. Our next lab heading is what? How to restrict the drives by using group policies. Or you can say restricting the drives by using group policy, or restricting the C drive by using group policy. So we'll see how to restrict the C drive or how to deny the C drive by using group policy. Okay. So who is having right to apply these policies? Administrator, by sitting using server. Okay. So we log in as admin and server will open the group policy management console to apply. So write down in system1 server, log in as administrator. Open the group policy management console. And first you have to decide where you want to apply this policy. I want to apply this policy for sales user. So we have to right click on sales OU. Click on create a GPO in this domain and type the policy name. So policy name I'm giving deny C drive. Okay, so click OK. So once you click OK, you can see deny C drive policy is created. Now we have to edit this policy. So right click on this policy, deny C drive, and click on edit. Now once you click edit here, the group policy management editor window is open. Now we have to go to the user configuration to apply the policy. So we have to expand user configuration, then policies, then expand the administrative templates. Now tell me which container I have to use to restrict the drives. To restrict the drives, we have to use the container Windows components. So once you select Windows components and check in Windows components, once you select Windows component, how many policies are there in Windows components? So see the right side. Once you select Windows components, right side, you can see how many policies are there. There are a number of policies are there. But tell me, these are the policies actually first? No, these are the not policies. These are the containers. In these containers, there are a number of policies are there. Some containers containing 10 policies, some containers containing 50, some containers are containing 100, some containers are more than 100 also. But which container I have to use, which folder I have to use to restrict the drives? I already know this one, right? So you have to use File Explorer container. So open this File Explorer container, double click, it will open, and in that you can see there are so many containers are there, in there so many policies are there, but there is no search option to search where is how to restrict the C drive. So we have to check from top to bottom. Oh, you can see here, yeah, we have option here, hide this specific drive in my computer. You can see the name here also, hide this specific drive in my computer. So what is the meaning of hide? If I use this one, if I say hide the C drive, only drive is hiding but not restricted. So you can see one more option is there here, prevent access to drive from my computer. So what is the meaning of prevent? Prevent means restrict. Prevent means restrict permanently. So we'll use this option, prevent access drive from my computer. So right click on prevent access to drive from my computer and click on edit. The new window will open, and in this window first we have to select enable option. Select enable, and here you can see what is restricting. All the drives, restrict all the drives. But you want to restrict all the drives? No, I want to restrict only C drive. So drag this option, and you can see in the list we have a restrict C drive only. Select restrict C drive only. So select the restrict C drive only and click on apply OK. So once you click apply OK, so your policy is successfully created. But like this, can we restrict the D drive, sir? Yes, we can restrict the D drive also. We have option. So select restrict C drive only and click on apply and click on OK. But some of the students are asking in the lab, sir, how to restrict E drive, how to restrict F drive. So if you drag this option list, can you find E drive, F drive, G drive option? No, sir, it's not available. Why? The reason is what? Microsoft is the owner. Don't say in my client machine, in my server, C drive is, E drive is not there, F drive is not there. Is there, sir? Just now we have seen 2 minutes before how to access E drive. So in client machine, in server, we have E drive, we have F drive, but in the list, E drive, F drive option is not available. Why? The reason is what? Microsoft. The Microsoft is the owner of this operating system, and the Microsoft is saying in every computer, maybe server, maybe client, we require only 2 drives, C drive, D drive. C drive for your operating system and D drive for your data purpose. E drive, F drive we are creating for our sake, for our needs. Okay, so we have to select restrict C drive only, click on apply, click on OK, right? Then close this windows. Now go to the client machine and check. So already user is working. Tell to the user just sign out, sir, and sign in once again to this machine. So press Ctrl or delete. And go to the S1 user and log in here. And S1 belongs to the sales department. Not only S1, you can log in as a S2 or you can log in as a S3. And check on the screen, can you find computer icon on desktop or not? This machine has become slow here. We have to wait. Now the verification is what? After logging as S1 user, right? Try to access the C drive. Try to access the C drive by using normal method or by using shortcut method. So what is the permission? The permission is denied. User cannot access the C drive by using normal or by using shortcut. You can go to the computer. You can see the C drive. But once you double click, you will get error. Sir, you are restricted. You cannot access the C drive. So the successfully my user S1, which belongs to sales OU. User is logged here. Now, first of all, on the screen, you can see here a computer icon is not available for user here. Okay. Now try to access the C drive by using shortcut command. So open the run. And if I type here, C:/ and click OK. Now see this time. Now here on the screen, we're getting you are restricted, sir. This operation has been cancelled due to the restriction effect on this computer. You cannot access. Okay. Fine. So this is a restriction. Now can we access E drive? Yes. You can open the run. You can type /. So in place of C drive, you can type // and click OK. Okay. Say C drive is restricted, but check the E drive. It's responding. Wait for a few seconds. I have to restart this machine because this machine has become slow, this VM. Now see here, the user can access the E drive. There is no restriction on the E drive. Okay, but the user cannot access the C drive. Option is not available there. So this is a group policy. By the help of group policy, how to restrict the drive we have seen. So just 1 minute here. I will restart this computer. the job is done. As a user, we can sign out. So till now we have seen what is group policy and how to apply group policy on OU. So if I apply the policy on sales OU, only these users are restricted, not marketing, not account, not this domain, other users here. Now come to the next policy, write on the heading, domain level group policy. And please write down one point there. If we apply a group policy on zoom.com domain, if we apply group policy on zoom.com domain, only this domain users, if we apply group policy on zoom.com domain, this group policy will affect only on this domain users and administrators. If you apply group policy on zoom.com domain, this group policy will affect only on this domain users and administrators. So example, one day my boss is coming, he's saying, sir, don't allow zoom.com domain users to access two things here. One is Internet Explorer and Notepad also. These two applications I want to restrict. Internet Explorer and Notepad. And I want to apply this policy for these domain users. So if I apply this policy on sales OU, so who is going to restrict it? Only sales OU users. If I apply the policy on marketing, only marketing. If I apply the policy on account, only account. So how many times we have to apply these policies? If I go for OU level, so multiple times we have to apply. But if I apply the policy on zoom.com domain, so this is called domain level policy. And once I apply the domain level policy on zoom.com domain, so this policy will affect to all the sales OU users, all marketing users. Automatically this policy will affect to account, and this policy also will affect to users container, U1 user, on U2 user, and SAM also, and including your administrator, because administrator also is a employee or user of this domain. So you can see here, if I apply the policy on sales OU, so who is going to restrict sales user, not marketing. But if I apply the policy on zoom.com domain, so who is going to restrict it? Sales user, OUs, marketing also, and users. In users, you can see here as U1, U2 user, right? And you have what here, right? You have administrator. So administrator also is a user of this domain, is going to affect it. Okay. So if I apply the policy on zoom.com domain, right, who is going to restrict all these domain users? Okay. But I have a question here. Right, this policy will affect to all these domain users, including your admin, because admin also is a user of this network here. Okay, so we'll see now how to apply a domain level policy. And by using this domain level policy, I want to restrict these two things here, Internet Explorer, right, and Notepad. We want to restrict these two applications. We'll see. Okay, so our next lab is what? Applying domain level group policy. So I have to log in as an administrator in zoom.com domain, right? Open the group policy management console. Now this time, where we have to apply the policy? I have to apply on sales OU or marketing? No. I have to apply the policy on zoom.com domain. So basically it's like this when you open the group policy. So we have to expand first. You have to open the group policy management console, expand the forest, expand the domains. And now right click on domain name zoom.com. So if I right click on domain name zoom.com, so you can find here also two options, create a new GPO in this domain or link an existing GPO. Okay, so I'm going for create a GPO in this domain. And the policy name I'm giving here, remove iExplorer and Notepad. These two things I want to restrict. Notepad. Okay, then click OK. So once you click OK, your successfully policy is created under zoom.com domain, and the policy name is remove iExplorer and Notepad. So right click on this policy, we have to edit. Right click on this policy which we created, click on edit. Now the new window is open already. We know this window, group policy management editor. Now in that, expand the user configuration, expand the policies, expand the administrative templates, Now tell me which option I have to use or which container I have to use to restrict the computer. Sorry, to restrict the Internet Explorer and to restrict the Notepad application. So if you want to restrict the applications, we have to take the help of system container. So select the system container, and in that there are a number of policies are there, but we have to use the last third one. So what is the last third one policy? And you can see the name here also, left side on the top. Don't run specified Windows application. Windows application means in my Windows operating system. If any application is running, that I want to restrict here. So right click on don't run a specified Windows application. Click on edit. The new window will open. In this window, we have to select enable option first and just wait. And you can see we have one option show. In show, we have to give the application name. So click on show. Now once you click show, one new window is open, and here we have to type the application name. And remember here, in one box, we can type only one application name. And how to type the application name? We have to type the application name in shortcut with extension. We have to type application name in shortcut with extension. Okay, so I want to stick Internet Explorer. So what I have to type here? So I have to type here explore.exe. If I want to restrict Notepad, I have to type here notepad.exe. Okay, if you don't know the shortcut, you have to search the shortcut, find out, and then type it. Okay, and unnecessary don't type your own letters, words, so it will not going to work there. So explore.exe. You can type in capital letters, small letters, no problem. And you can see here continuously we cannot type the second application. So in the second box, we have second box, you can type the second application. So second box application notepad.exe. Okay, and right now I'm not having third one. I'm not going for third box there. So click OK. Done. Click on apply. Click OK. This job is done. Now minimize this window, close this window, minimize. Now go for verification. Now go to the client machine and log in as a user. But which user, sir? In verification, I have to log in as a S1 user, I have to log in as a M1, marketing, or any domain of zoom.com, any user of zoom.com domain. So the verification is what? In system to client computer, log in as a zoom.com, domain, any user. In system to client machine, log in as a zoom.com, domain, any user, maybe S1 or M1. So here, not till now here, you can see on marketing users, we not apply any policy. Now I'm logged as an M1 user that belongs to marketing, and check whether this user can access your Internet Explorer and Notepad application or not. So M1 user has logged, and you can see here, if I go to the run here, if I type here Notepad, right click, enter, you can see I'm getting error here. So what is error? The operation has been cancelled due to the restriction in effect on this computer. You cannot access. Okay, or you can go to run, you can type explore, you're getting error, you cannot access, right? This operation has been cancelled. Or you can go to the search, go to apps, and try to open the Notepad from here. So you can see we have a Notepad. If I click on Notepad, it's not opening. If you wait for 1 hour also, it will not open. So it means you are restricted. Now this policy we apply only for marketing users? No. This policy also will affect to my sales O users. So if I log in as a S1 user, now here, if I try to open the application, if I go to the search, if I go to the apps here, if you try with normal method or shortcut method, it will not open. If I try to open Notepad, it's not opening. So it means user is restricted here. Okay, so this is called domain level policy. But tell me, if I apply the policy on domain level, who is going to restrict? Only users or administrator also? So here, your administrator also will affect it. So whenever the administrator is logging to server or to any machine, so this admin also is not having right to access Internet Explorer and Notepad. For example, the SAM is your boss, and the SAM has given the instructions, and you apply these two things. By the help of group policy, we restricted Internet Explorer and Notepad. Okay, that is good. So next day when the SAM is logging to this machine example, the SAM is unable to access Internet Explorer and Notepad, and the SAM is worried now. The SAM is calling to you, saying, sir, I'm your boss, Sam. and today I'm unable to access the Internet Explorer and Notepad, sir. So please tell me where is the problem. And as the administrator, we have to give the answer. So tell to the SAM, sir, there is no problem, sir. The thing is what? The last day, you told to me, sir, restrict the Internet Explorer Notepad application to zoom.com domain users. No user should access this one. So that's why I have done one thing to save the time. Instead of applying the policy on sales or your marketing, I apply this policy on zoom.com domain. And once I apply the policy on zoom.com domain, sir, this policy is affecting on sales or use also, marketing also, and on me also. And you also, sir, you're right, you also is a part of our domain. You are the user. So from today onwards, you cannot access these two items, sir. You cannot. So you also restrict it. So now tell me, so what your SAM boss will say after listening? Sir, you have done good job or no? What your boss Sam will say? Sir, you have done good job or no? Your boss will say, no, sir. Your boss will say, yes, you have done good job because you're following the instructions. You have done good job. Okay? But your boss is saying, Sam is saying, sir, please do one thing. We want exception on this policy. Whatever policy you apply, that is very good. And I want this policy should not affect on me. I want this policy should not affect on you because you are the administrator. I'm your boss. So I want. So can we go for exception? On existing policy, I want this existing policy is affecting. I want this existing policy should not affect on Sam. I don't want this existing policy has to be affect on me. I'm administrator. Can we do this one? Yes. So we'll see in next lab how to deny existing group policy on administrator or user. The method procedure is same. How to deny existing group policy on administrator or user. Okay. So what we have to do? So in DC, we have to log in as administrator. Open the group policy management console. Right now, which policy you want should this policy should which policy you want this policy should not affect on admin and user. So we have to open the group policy management console, expand the domain name zoom.com, right click on our existing group policy, remove Internet Explorer icon, remove Internet Explorer and Notepad, okay, existing one, and click on edit. So once you click edit, one new window will open, and in this window there is group policy management. In this window, are you finding action tab here on the top? Yes, action tab is there. Click on action, click on properties. Now once you click properties, one new window will open, and in this window we have to select security tab, and in security tab here you can find a list will open. In this there are so many accounts names are there, but are you finding in this list administrator or SAM user? No. So first what we have to do, add the account in this list, then come to permissions. In these permissions I don't want this full control, read, write. If you come down, we can see the last one here, apply group policy. In that we have to check the box deny because already policy affecting. I want this policy should deny. So first we have to add the user. So click on add, type the name administrator or user, okay, then click OK and click one more time OK, accept it, admin is added. Now in permission list we have to come down and check the box apply group policy deny box, then click on apply, click on yes, click on OK. Your job has done. Now like this same method for SAM also. So now next thing, if I'm logging as an administrator to my server or to any client machine, so these two things, this I can access Internet Explorer and Notepad. This policy is not affecting on me. So this is called, right, denying the existing group policy on user or administrator. So till now we have seen what is OU level policy, domain level. Now come to the site level. So what is site level? So if I apply the policy, example on site level, I don't want to allow the user to access and run. So you can see it, if I, as a user, if I go to the client machine, if I use shortcut command, like window R, can you access the run? Yes, we can access the run. Or if I go to the search, if I go to the apps, if I go to here, run, can we access? Yes, we can access the run. So one day my boss is coming and saying, don't allow the users, zoom.com forest users, don't allow the zoom.com forest users in user to access the run. So if I apply the policy on sites, so this policy will affect to entire forest users. This policy will affect to entire forest users. So please write down site level group policy. If we apply a group policy on site level, this group policy will affect to all zoom.com forest domain users. This group policy will affect to all zoom.com forest domain users. So it means this policy will affect to zoom.com admins and all the users. and automatically this policy also will affect to my like child domain we have, right? So we have a child domain that is mcsc.zoom.com is a child domain. So this policy also will affect to my child domain admins and users. I have some F1, F2 user. This policy also will affect to my grandchild admins and users. This policy also will affect to my other domain like ndf domain soft.com and ss.soft.com admin and users here. So if I apply the policy on site level, so this policy will affect to entire forest domain users here. And applying site level policy is not easy, sir, right? So we have to know the tricks, we have to know method we can apply. So we'll see now how to apply site level policy. So we are seeing now how to apply site level group policy. Okay, so our next lab is what? Applying site level group policy. So applying OU level is so easy, applying domain level policy is so easy, but site level, first we have to see what options we have to follow, then we can apply the site level policy. Now we have to log in as administrator in DC, open the group policy management console. So you can see we have a site option in group policy management console, but if you right click on sites, we are not having option create a GPO in this domain. Okay, so you can go to the show sites and check this box default first site name and click OK. So if you expand the sites, you can find default first site name is added, but if you right click on this default first site name, you can find create a link and you can find link an existing GPO, but there's a no create a GPO. If you right click on domain name zoom.com, we have a create a GPO in this domain option. In OU also, if you right click, we have created GPO in this domain. So it means we can create the new policy on OU and domain, but not on sites. So on sites, we can link the policy only. We can link the existing policy. So what we have to do? So the microservice saying whenever you're creating any policy, now try to understand this one. Whenever you're creating any policy on site level, when you're creating the group policy on, domain level, when you're creating a policy on OU level, maybe sales or your marketing, all these group policies are storing in one place. And this place is called group policy store. And the group policy store name is group policy objects here. Group policy objects. So group policy object is a store of group policies. So when you're creating any policy on sales or your marketing or domain, all the policies will store here, group policy object. If you go to the group policy objects, can you find all the policies? Some policies we created on sales or your marketing and domain. All the policies are in one place here. This is called group policy object. Now here also we can create the new policy. If I right click on group policy objects, we have option new, we can create the policy. But whenever I'm creating a group policy in group policy objects, this policy will create, but this policy will not apply on any level. This policy will not apply on any level. So if you then first create the policy here, then we can link the policy. Okay, so what we have to do, first we have to create the policy in group policy objects. Right click on group policy objects and click on new and create the policy. So I'm creating the policy by the name of remove run. Click on OK. So policy is created, we have to edit the policy. So right click on this policy group remove run policy and click on edit. Now once you click edit, group policy management editor window is open. We are applying for users, so expand the user configuration, then expand the policies, expand the administrative templates, and to restrict the run, we have to use the start menu and taskbar, because if you want to access the run, you have to go to start button, you can find the run. So select the start menu and taskbar. There are number of policies are there, we have to check from top to bottom. There is no shortcut search option, so we have to come down. Yeah, here you can see it. We have to remove run menu from start menu. You can see the name here also. So right click on remove run menu from start menu and click on edit. Now select enable option, click on apply, click OK. Your job has done. Okay, close this window. Now policy is created, but we have to link this policy to sites. So now how to link? So write down next one. Right click on sites, click on show sites, check the box default first site name, click OK. Okay, so you can see in the sites default first site name is added, but there is no policies. So right click on this default first site name, click on link an existing GPO. So once you click this link an existing GPU, is asking which policy you want to link, sir. So which we created, like we want to apply a remove run. So select the remove run policy and click OK. So once you select the remove run policy, click OK. So you can see it on site level, remove run policy apply. Now verification, minimize this window. Now go to the client machine. Not only we have to, in client machine, we have to log in as a which user, sir. So already user is working, so you have to sign out and sign in once again. So in the client computer, we have to log in as a zoom.com forest any domain user. Log in as a client machine. Log in as a zoom.com forest any domain user. Right? So this policy will affect to all zoom.com domain users and admin. This policy also will affect to all child domain admin and users here. So now I'm logging as a S1 user. Now once you log in as S1 user, now try to access run by using normal method or shortcut. So what is shortcut method? Window R. Once you press window R, you can see it. We are getting a restriction. This operation has been cancelled due to the restriction is effect on this computer. You cannot access run here. Okay. So this is called site level group policy. Done. So till now we have seen what is OU level policy, domain level and site level. Now come to one more practical here. You can see in group policy management console, we have one more. One option is there, group policy modeling. Now what is the use of this group policy modeling? The group policy modeling is used for to check the status of the policy. So example, one day my boss is coming, is saying, sir, on S1 user, how many group policies are affecting and what are the names, what are the policies are affecting. So I will not go to every level to check. By using group policy modeling, we can check the policy status on particular user, how many policies are affecting. So we'll see the next lab today. The right on the heading, group policy modeling. Group policy modeling. So right on the point. In system 1 server, login as administrator. Next point, open the group policy management console, GPM console. Then next, right click on group policy modeling and click on group policy modeling wizard. Wizard means Windows. Right click on group policy modeling and click on group policy modeling wizard. Now welcome page is there, first page. So we have to click on next. One more time next, 2 times. Then here we have 2 options. Container means OU. If you want to check the status of OU, go to OU. If you want to check the user status, go to user. So select the user and add the username here. So click on browse, type the username S1, check names, accept it, click OK. Then after that user is added, then check the box, skip to the final page, click next and click on finish. So once you click finish here, so click next, finish. Now you can see in the here report is generating, but to check the details we have to go to the details here. So it is showing this tab. So if you don't want this tab again, go to add close. Now there is no information here. In summary, we have to go to details tab. Go to the details tab, select the details tab and check the policies. Select the details tab and check the policies. So once I go to the details tab, so you can see the policies. So if you come down, you can see here we have policies in administrative templates, right? So we expand the administrative templates here. So from desktop, if you expand the desktop, we restricted these 2 things, sir. Remove computer icon, recycle bin. From system, we restricted these 2 things. Internet Explorer Notepad. From Windows components, we restricted 1 thing, deny C drive. So can you check the details of the policies or not? Yes. So by the help of group policy modeling, on particular user, how many policies are checking, we can check the details. Okay. Now next thing is how the group policies are affecting here. So whenever we go to interview, it will ask, sir, how the group policies are affecting here, or what is the hierarchy of group policy? What is the hierarchy of group policy? So right on the heading, hierarchy of group policy. Now what is hierarchy of group policy here? So you can see here, if I apply any policy on sales OU, only on sales OU, so who is going to affect it? So if I apply the policy on sales OU, right, who is going to affect it? Only S1 user and S2 user. In sales OU, we have 2 users here, example, S1, S2. So these users are restricted. But this policy will not affect to other users in our domain, okay? But if I apply the policy on zoom.com domain, on zoom.com. So who is going to affect it? So this policy will affect to my all domain users, including admin and users. This policy will affect to sales OU users. So domain policy affecting on sales OU, and this sales OU policy is affecting on S1 and S2 user also. Means domain policy, including sales OU level policy, is affecting on S1, S2. If I apply the policy on site level here, so this policy will affect to entire forest users. So site level policy affecting on domain, site and domain is affecting on OU, and site and domain and OU policy affecting on S1 and S2 user. So this is called hierarchy of group policy. So the site level is a top policy. So the policy affecting from top to bottom. Okay, so whenever you're writing MCSC exam or when you're going for interview, it is asking, sir, what is hierarchy of group policy? How is it affecting? So site is affecting on domain, site and domain is affecting on OU, and site and domain and OU policy is affecting on users S1 and S2. Done. Now one more small practical is there you have to do with yourself, right? So write down the heading that is called block inheritance. Block inheritance. So what is block inheritance here? By using block inheritance, we can stop the top level policy on down level. We can stop the top level policy on down level. So example, the site level policy, domain level policy affecting on sales OU. I want sales OU policy should affect on S1, S2 user. I don't want site level and zoom.com domain level policy should not affect on sales OU users here. So then we can use the block inheritance. Or example, I have applied this policy on site level. I want this site level policy should not affect on my zoom.com domain. This policy should affect on child domains and other domains in the forest, not to zoom.com. So we can take the help of block inheritance. So how to use this one? So in our DC, we have to open the group policy management console. Now, if I want the site level and domain level policy should not affect on my sales OU users. So right click on sales OU, and here we have option block inheritance. Now once I select block inheritance here, so you can see, are you finding small blue color symbol? Yeah. So it is indicating the top level policy will not affect on the sales OU users. Or we can use this block inheritance on domain also, zoom.com domain. So if I right click on zoom.com domain and click on block inheritance. So now the site level policy will not affect on zoom.com domain. It will affect to other domains here. So the block inheritance policy is used for to restrict the top level policy on down level. So I can use on domain, I can use on OU this option, but check on the site is there or not. If I right click on sites, are you finding block inheritance option? No. If I right click on default for site name also, are you finding block inheritance? No. So it means this block inheritance option is available on OU and domain, not on site. Now tell me why this option is not available on sites. Because the site level is our top level policy. Above the site level, we are not having other policies there. Okay, so that's why this option is not available. Now come to the last one more. You can see in group policy objects, we have so many policies here. So how to take the policies backup and how to restore. So if you want to take the policies backup, so open the group policy management console and select the group policy objects and select all the policies and right click on these policies and click on backup. Now once you click backup here, it's asking give me the location, sir. So click on browse, go to the computer, and the location I want to give F drive. In F drive, click on make a new folder and give any name folder. So I'm saying GP backup and click OK. So once you click OK, yeah, path is accepted. Then click on backup. Once you click backup, backup is going on. Start it. And after the backup is done, we have to close. So you can see here, backup is done successfully. Click on OK. Job is done. But as in feature, deny C drive, policy is deleted, lost. Okay. Now, can we restore back? Yes, instead of creating, we can restore. How to restore? How to recover the policies? So right click on this white place and click on new. Sorry, 1 minute. Right click on white place, go to the manage backup. Now once you click manage backup here, now there are so many policies out there. Which one you want back? I want deny C drive policy back. Select and click on restore and click OK. Done. Click OK. Close this window and you can see your policy is back. Okay. But this policy is not going to link to the site, so we have to link. Right click on site, sorry, sales OU, click on link an existing policy, select which one, deny C drive, click OK. Okay, so this is our how to take the group policy backups and how to restore. So today we are winding up our class here. So we have seen today what is group policy, what is OU level, what is domain level, what is site level, group policy modeling, and block inheritance. You have to do this practical. So in the lab we require two machines, system 1 server, system 2 clients for this practical. Now second thing is very important, group policy is very big class. So that's why this class is divided into 2 days. So today we have discussed group policy first class, half of the part, and tomorrow we are going to discuss group policy second class here. And there are so many small topics are there, practicals are there, we are going to discuss tomorrow in group policy second class, right? So thank you very much. Bye. See you tomorrow.